This is a public information announcement. In the event of nuclear war, environmental disaster, economic collapse, viral outbreak, robot uprising, or, more likely, a combination of all these things, you will probably be fine. Seriously. Don't even worry about it.
Hello, 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 hello. You're listening to The Bunker, humanity's best and only remaining radio station. My name is David.
My name is also David.
And I'm Tom.
Now, some of our more perceptive listeners will have noticed a slight change in the quality of Tom's microphone. Now, why might that be, Tom?
Well, David, I'm actually speaking to you from the bunker rooftop, where I've spent the last half hour exposed to the vast, terrifying emptiness of the wasteland.
That's right. We've been having a bit of trouble with our turbine generators. They get clogged up with dust and blood and need a good clean every 40 years or so. And it was decided by everyone who wasn't Tom that Tom was the perfect man for the job.
Tom, while you're out there, why don't you tell us a little bit about what the wasteland is like?
It's an ocean of sand and rock, punctuated only by ruined towers and bones.
Any signs of life?
No, there's nothing. Just nothing.
There can't be nothing.
You heard the man. There's nothing out there, Dave. And all the things that are out there are incredibly good at going unseen, at least until they pounce.
Wait, there is something. It's very small. I nearly missed it, but... Oh, wow.
Well?
It's a flower. A tiny little flower growing from a crack in one of the turbines. It's beautiful.
I see. And what is it for?
What do you mean?
What does it do, Tom? What's its function?
I don't know. It's just nice.
If it doesn't have an obvious function, it's probably best just to get rid of it. And fix that turbine. So, Dave, how's the traffic looking out there?
Well, David, our scanners picked up a significant group of large green dots chasing two small green dots north, until the large green dots wisely formed a pincer movement, cutting off the small green dots' passage and making them disappear.
Coming up on today's show, we've got an interview with the incredibly handsome Stuart Laws, a short story about love, and guys, something's coming. Oh, what is that? Oh,
Describe what you're seeing, Tom. This is an audio format.
oh God, it's coming for me.
Alrighty, we'll get back to Tom in just a second, but first, a song. This one's for all you ladies out there.
We all know being a mum is the hardest job in the world. You've just hung the washing out, polished the banisters, organised the garage, tuned the television, ironed the doilies, cooked, cleaned and mopped the kitchen floor, and it's only 9:30. I'm just about to pick little Timmy up from nursery, but... Oh no! I've left my keys on the kitchen counter. Now I'm going to get footprints all over my sparkling clean floor. Oh, could this day get any worse?
Not with Huxley's Hover Slippers Deluxe. Dirty floors are a thing of the past as you glide around your home, a modern domestic goddess, 3 inches above the floor.
I was surprised by how affordable Huxley's hover slippers were, and they're saving me time on housework. But, oh no! Here comes Dad, back from taking Rover for a walk, and they're covered in mud.
Introducing Huxley's Hover Slippers for men and Hover Paddies for dogs, in all new manly styles such as blue and football, plus exciting new flavours like sausage.
Now we'll never have to touch the floor again.
Put all your problems beneath you with Huxley's Hover Slippers, powered by Dark Matter.
You're listening to The Bunker, no doubt drawn to our hypnotic voices like a moth to fire.
Tom is back in the bunker, and he's brought someone with him. What's your name, traveller?
My name is Robert Swinton. I met your friend outside, and he was kind enough to invite me in for powdered soup. By the way, I do apologise for startling you, Tom.
That's all right. No harm done.
You see, I saw your pallid complexion and the sunken eyes and mistook you for a mutant. Had you not screamed in that oh-so-human manner, I would have buried this iron pipe into your skull.
Well, we certainly wouldn't want that.
No, indeed. Tom is a vital cog in our machine.
Oh.
It would take us weeks to find a suitable replacement. Anyway, never mind all that. Now it's time for today's topic, objects. And, more specifically, actors.
Ah. Well, I think I'd be able to cover that topic. You see, I'm actually the leader of a travelling theatre group. I teach them, train them, I frequently hit them, provide for them, and so on and so forth. You see, I frequently have to tell them they need to grow new brains. Old ways of thinking, all the successful strategies they developed at school and university with their emphasis on logic and argument just don't help. Emotional intelligence is what they require, and nobody teaches that. I teach them a different language, based largely on the work of an ancient writer called, Konstantin Stanislavski. I'll talk about that later. The question is really for directors of film and television, given that they have a technical language, well, how do they talk to actors? You see, I've worked on a number of student films over the years, and a goodly number of directors were terribly respectful, tactful, lovely people, listened as well as explaining what the shot would be, how they wanted me to handle the scene, and then they left it to me, which is fine. I'm a grown-up. I know my job. A recent feature film had a director who was very conscious of not having worked with actors before, and though he knew he wanted the scene to go in a particular way, he was a little bit shy about telling me what to do. My scene partner, however, was new to the business, and she was scared. She found it very difficult to understand what was required, and so there were more takes than there need to have been. And as we all know, time is money. So, how is this avoided? Well, understanding how we train actors, how they think, might be of some use to people. There's the obvious stuff, use of voice, range, shifting the default voice, i.e. the natural voice of the individual, so that a deep voice, rather like mine, can extend to higher notes than usual, and vice versa. Flexibility of tone. So a nice, soft brown voice could develop a harsh, cutting edge. Modulation. Flexibility. The muscularity to change tone or volume on a sixpence. In fact, as fast as a thought, which is, of course, as fast as lightning. And physicality, changing the whole rhythm of the body. Laban, an ancient practitioner, often used for many, many years by movement teachers as part of their work. Well, Laban talks of energies such as dab, punch, flute, direct and indirect, so that the actor can escape his own innate physicality and adopt a whole new set of characteristics. I was once asked to play a heavyweight boxer. You may have noticed I'm only 5'6". So I thought of a friend of mine who could handle himself in a fight. Whereas without this pipe, I would just run away whimpering. So I adopted his physicality, walking more from the pelvis and with a different level of self-confidence. The body responds to the imagination and adopts the posture instinctively, but can only do this because the body has been trained to a level of flexibility that allows the actor to do it. In my case, I was trained in Martha Graham dance technique. It was like learning a completely new language. I loved it. And it hurt. But that's all technique stuff the actor's done and got habitual about. And it shouldn't be necessary to remind him of how to do it, though occasionally you may have to prompt him or her to do something better. But now, the acting. There are loads of theories on how acting should be done, and loads of directors who claim to have uncovered the secret of acting. And like all pioneers of new ideas, they tell us this is the right way, the only way, and they are the only person who can teach it. Meisner, Michael Chekhov, the Russian school, the theatre of cruelty, Grotowski's poor theatre, physical theatre. The truth is, there really isn't that much disagreement about the basics. The point is to create a believable character, believable action, a believable illusion. So, the acting. Common language for actors. Objective, action, backstory, emotional recall. That's what you need to know. For each chunk of action, the character has a want or a need. Generally, this is called an objective. So, my objective at the moment is to earn my bowl of soup. The problem is, you want me to talk about acting. And so I can't achieve my objective until I've finished talking about acting. How I do this is by possibly speeding up my conversation. That is my action. What I do to achieve my objective. Objectives, of course, are not always achieved or achievable. But should you fail to give me my soup, I have this large iron pipe. Now, this sounds incredibly straightforward. It is. But students find it very difficult to identify what the objectives are, and even more so, the actions that they might play. Actors, oddly, often forget actions. But if you have a clear objective, clear previous circumstances, those things that have happened immediately prior to the scene, the actor should choose how he wants to affect his scene partner or partners in order to achieve his objective by pure instinct. Professionally as a director, I rarely talk about actions, though I occasionally do have to ask, so what are you playing on that line? Because either the actor isn't doing anything at all and it feels empty of meaning, just words said because they're in the script rather than inhabited, or else the action he has chosen is glaringly inappropriate to achieving his objective. Now, previous circumstances are really your business as the director. Clarifying what the actor thinks about the situation the character faces will ease his anxiety and his understanding. And with no rehearsal, it saves time on set, particularly in terms of the dislocation of story timeline necessary in filming. Context also needs discussion, understanding the world of the film, the themes of the film, or the world of the character in particular. All of this is a useful way of calming the actor and starting up a conversation between director and actor. So, how to talk to an actor? The terminology of objective, action, and previous circumstances is so familiar to us. It's a useful shorthand. Then there's emotional recall. Have you ever been in a similar situation to the character? Or what's it like in your life? These are useful prompts, though frankly, any actor worth employing uses this instinctively. And if they aren't doing so, they may just be scared. If it's an extraordinary situation, unlikely to have been replicated in their experience, such as science fiction, the language of objective action and problem still work. You may not need to say all this. You may not need to say anything. But if it's a question of fine-tuning something that's right, fine-tune it the way you want. But be aware they've gone through a process of preparation, and it's as well to know what that process is. And when they produce something different from what you imagined, and it works, be grateful. I always say I make myself look cleverer than I am by incorporating the creativity of the people around me. Right. Questions?
No, I can't think.
Oh, come on! Try! I've been talking for a long time. Listen, that's the problem. That's exactly the problem. You leave me stuck up here and don't talk to me.
An American shrimp trawler working the waters along the Florida Straits normally has a good catch. But today, just as dawn broke over the Caribbean,
I've snagged heavy object in our nets. Looks like a torpedo. Unable to hoist aboard and examine. Request assistance, over.
It's February, your country's designated month of love. As is tradition, the price of confectionery, flowers, and masturbation eggs have dramatically increased. Restaurants are taking bookings, and generic, mass-produced greetings cards are pumping out of our factories. Yes, love is in the air. Church bells are chiming, birds are singing, hearts are fluttering, and Cupid is loading his rifle. So get out there and contribute to our economy. There's all sorts of authorized romantic gestures you can make. Go out for dinner. Go to a movie. Buy chocolates. Buy cakes. Buy roses. Buy lingerie. Buy jewelry. Just buy! This is the only chance you'll get this year to tell that special someone how you really feel. So follow your heart, boys and girls. Follow your dreams. Follow your mandatory guideline on how to emotionally connect with another human being. Romance Month. Because we say you're worth it. This was a government-sponsored message.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You're listening to The Bunker with David, and Tom, the humble and somewhat handsome champions of the wastelands.
We've just been going through some of your letters where you spill out all your hopes and dreams, loves and losses, and I have to say they are very funny.
Does anyone know where Rob got to?
Oh, he's gone. Rob is a nomad. He can't stay in one place for too long. The road is always calling him.
Huh. Now, when you think of the word love, what's the first thing that comes to mind? That's right, crippling loneliness. But what if I told you it didn't have to be that way?
Lonely Hearts is a brand new section of the show where we help you, the listeners, find true love and or things to hump. So let's have a look at some of these letters. Here's a good one. Hi, my name's Phil. Hi, Phil. I'm a single white male from Big Ben, seeking female for long-term relationship. Must have good sense of humor and fully functioning genitalia. Well, I hope you find what you're looking for, Phil.
Amy writes in to say, fun-loving, carefree widower seeks Chinese 5'2" male with short black hair called Li Yan Chak. Well, that's weirdly specific.
And this from Tim in Westminster. I am a cuddly and lovable middle-aged man, easygoing, with a deep passion for cooking and hunting. I'm interested in meeting a young, tender woman between 70 and 80 kilos, with a little bit of fat on her, but not too flabby. She will have been fed on grains and berries and have firm, fleshy limbs. Personality irrelevant.
And here's one from Anonymous. I am a mature, mild-mannered man with nice hair and Welsh heritage, seeking human for friendship and possible romance. I live underground with my housemates, but sometimes yearn for something more than my isolated existence. Will you sweep me off my feet?
Wow. Wow, that last guy sounds like a real loser. Well, that's all the lonely hearts we have time for. Good luck to all you hopefuls out there. And remember, if you have any burning desires, you should probably consult a doctor immediately. Wow, what a great time I'm having today. Love is in the air, just generally, I mean. I'm personally feeling revitalized and purified after last week's ritual sacrifice, and it really feels like it's been a great show so far, am I right?
Well, I haven't really...
How can we top this? How could it possibly get any better? Oh, wait a minute.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh, you know I am, Dave. It's time for tea and mini pancakes.
Oh, it's not the same.
Hey, come on, don't be like that. It's not about what we eat, but how we eat it. Forget the frown and pick up a pancake. Bunker spirit, yeah?
Guess.
Great. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the show, tea and biscuits, mini pancakes, is the time where we take a moment to savor the little things in life, the things that make it all worthwhile.
If you want to join in at home, it's easy enough. First, you get your nice hot mug of tea, then you get your biscuit or pancake, and you dunk. Come on, Tom, give it a go.
Okay. Oh, it's all soggy. I think it's gonna drop. Oh!
Oh, no.
It's in my eye! Oh, this doesn't work. It should be biscuits, not bloody pancakes. This is a disaster.
No. You just had a bad pancake. Look, let me have a go.
Oh, God, it burns. It's hopeless. It's hopeless. We're doomed.
Tom, they're just biscuits.
Just biscuits? To a rich man with the bounty of the world within his grasp, yes, they might just be biscuits. But to a man that sleeps on a bed of folded bath mats and whose prized possession is a first edition of William Shatner's Tech War, biscuits are the vestige of a better life. Crumbly, sugary slivers of hope.
You're listening to The Bunker.
We are preaching the peace.
You said it, Dave.
We're surviving with style.
That's right, Tom.
We're riding the waves of radio.
Yes.
This is The Bunker, the only transmission you're likely to hear.
Quite.
The bunker, a crumb of comfort in the vast oppressive monotony of a blasted, irradiated wasteland.
A little on the nose.
So, David, what's the interview we're playing today?
Well, I thought we could dust off the old interview with Stuart Laws, the filmmaker, producer, and stand-up comedian. He makes some rather interesting points. What was that?
Where have the lights gone?
Is anyone else suddenly really cold and finding it a little difficult to breathe?
The power's gone.
Oh, is that what happened? It's those damn turbines again.
I'll go and have a look.
You're going outside? It's nearly 8 a.m. It'll be night time soon.
I'll only be 10 minutes. Play the interview. I'll be back before it's over.
Is the radio still working?
Yes, everything's working fine, except for the lights, the heating, ventilation, oxygen, the electric fences.
All right then, shall we play this interview? This is Stuart Laws before all that horrible stuff happened.
Stuart Laws is a writer, director, producer. He is a founding member of Turtle Canyon Films. This was formed in 2008, but he has been making films since 2002. Their output has been prolific, with 5 feature films and dozens of short films and sketches made. Aside from being a filmmaker, Stuart is also a stand-up comedian. He joins me today to talk about filmmaking, his thoughts on creating a stand-up comedy show, and what products he uses on his beautiful hair. Hello, Stuart. Can I call you Stuart?
That's fine.
So, Stu, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I run Turtle Canyon Films, which is an independent production company.
Gosh, you're pretty. How do you stay in shape?
Well, I think just a natural metabolism. Very little work goes into it, and if you were to see me with my top off, I think you would probably restructure your question.
You're so funny. How are you so funny?
Probably...
Can I touch your hair? What product do you use? It's beautiful. Here's a question people are dying to know. What's your favourite position?
Okay. Assume position you're asking sort of in relation to comedy, because that's the only way I can make sense of that question.
If I were to place my hand on your knee like this, would you find that agreeable?
I'm gonna go, if that's alright.
Stuart, come back.
So, cheers for everything.
Come back, Stuart. I have more questions.
See ya.
Stuart.
You're listening to The Bunker. My name is David.
And I'm Tom.
The other David still hasn't returned from fixing the turbine, which means Tom and I are still sitting in complete darkness while the oxygen in the room grows thin.
It sure is cold and dark in here. What was that?
Probably a bird or something.
Typical influence mind. Easily recognized by this 100% volunteer group. We'll learn.
Are you sad and alone? Looking for someone to share your life with? Never been kissed? Never been touched? Are you tentatively seeking a matchmaker to guide you on your journey to love? Do you want to be on television? Welcome to Love Castle, a show that pits hopeful romantics against each other in a thrilling battle of hearts, hormones, and carnal hunger. 12 men and 12 women getting down and dirty for 12 weeks. Who ends up in what and where is totally up to the public, who vote for their favorite couples at the end of each episode. Every intimate and meaningful moment between you and your potential partner will be recorded, cut, heavily edited, and shown to millions of people around the world to temporarily amuse and distract them from their awful, awful lives. Love Castle is your chance to find love. Send us your audition tapes now. Love Castle, a brand new reality TV experience now in 4D and smell-o-vision.
Hey Tom, you want to sing something?
No, I don't really know any songs.
I'll just sing something, anything.
Happy birthday.
No, not that. Sing something that has weight and soul, like those old songs from long ago.
Okay. Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh, baby, baby, I should not have let you go. And now you're out of sight, yeah. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, I need to know now. Oh, because my loneliness is killing me.
Hey, are you alright?
It's all over, Dave. We're dead. We're gonna freeze. I'll run out of air.
Or get eaten.
Or get eaten by whatever's found its way into the kitchen.
Well, I don't want to be eaten live on the radio.
Let's cut to something.
This is The Bunker, your favourite radio station. If you're out there, maybe say hello. Call in, have a chat.
Is there anybody out there? Wait, is there someone out there?
This is David to the bunker. Repeat, David to the bunker. David to the bunker. You're reading. Guys, seriously, can you hear me? Are you picking any of this up? Guys. Huh. Who's that? Oh, Rob, it's you. What are you doing here?
I was just leaving.
Oh. Is that a metal pipe in your hand? And what's in that big plastic bag? It kind of looks like our supply of canned foods.
All right. You've got me. I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with you, David. You see, I sabotaged your turbine this morning so I could gain access to your bunker.
I see.
And then I took from you what I needed. It's what I do to survive. It's kind of my thing.
Right.
Now, the way I see it, we have a couple of options here on how to resolve this issue. My vote, and it is only my vote, would be that I walk away with this bag, and in return for your cooperation, I won't bludgeon you to death with this pipe. Now that seems fair, doesn't it? What do you say?
This is Katie to the bunker. I repeat, this is Katie to the bunker. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you, Katie. We hear you.
Oh my God. I've been trying to contact you for weeks. I'm running low on oxygen canisters and tinned food. I ate a rat for breakfast and I do not recommend it. What are your coordinates?
Our coordinates are 5150.
Shh, what are you doing?
What?
Don't tell her where we are. What if she's a zombie or something?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
What's going on, guys? Need those coordinates as soon as possible, please.
So what do we do?
I think we should wait till David gets back before we make a decision.
Guys?
But what if he doesn't come back? I say we should help her. We've given out our coordinates before.
Yeah, I didn't realise people were actually listening before. We just can't risk it. Besides, David will be angry with us if we start making decisions without him.
Hi, guys.
Hey! You were gone for a while.
Yeah, what's all that?
Oh, that's blood.
Oh, you've trodden it all onto the carpet. What a mess. This can take ages to clean.
Sorry.
And what are you doing with all those cans?
Never mind all that. David, we've got a caller, someone to talk to. Listen.
There's nobody there.
But she was there.
Right. Anyway, it's the end of the show and time for my final thought. Lust, attraction, and attachment. We're all familiar with the overlapping stages of love. Lust is all well and good, but if you're not attracted to your partner, the relationship ends as quickly as it begins, often involving a hasty escape from a stranger's bedroom. But if you manage to find some spark, something worth investing in, then you might find yourself tumbling headfirst into the rabbit hole of attachment, sharing a home, a dog, a child, and perhaps eventually a ceramic pot filled with mixed ashes. Of course, it's not just other people that we fall in love with. If you devote enough time and energy into anything, you're bound to love it in some way or other, even if it's just through banal familiarity. It could be a cat, a comfortable chair, or even a radio station. But of course, that's not true love. True love requires intimacy. That's why, despite many, many stories on the subject, it's really impossible to love someone from a distance. If you don't truly know someone, both mentally and physically, then you can't be in love with them. Love requires a bit of give and take to be genuine. Otherwise, it's simply infatuation. Nevertheless, many romantic tales are about people who have barely said more than 2 words to one another. Human beings are simplified and objectified, and love becomes nothing more than a word. And the more we dilute the meaning of the word, the less power we attribute to it, and we forget what the whole thing really was in the first place.
That was The Bunker, Crumbly, Sugary Slivers of Hope, hosted by David Knight, David Price and Tom Dalling. Starring Robert Swinton, Katie Turner, Ben Keenan, Matthew Woodcock, Helen Watkinson, Samantha Ray, Layla Pine, Juliet DeGans and Molly Small. Today's topic was written and performed by Robert Swinton. Robert is a writer and director who often trains young actors and directs community productions. The short story was It's Over, written by The Bunker and performed by Ben Keenan. Today's interviewee was Stuart Laws. You can find out more about Stuart by visiting turtlecanyonmedia.com/TCF. The music was by Keir Doherty, Jonathan Day, Ben Osborne and freesound.org, and the songs were Mr. Carnifex by Jonathan Day and Quiada by Call Me Greenhorn. If you like what you hear, please consider donating to our cause and or sharing the podcast with loved ones. You can find us at thebunkerpodcast.com.
喂，又係我想講我俾人跟蹤緊。我而家喺安力工業中心，我見到有啲嘢，但係我擰轉頭又見唔到佢，跟住我仲聽到有女人嘅叫聲啊！我而家好驚啊！